Getting in breaking news right now, viewers. Even as Israel's unrelenting fight against terror continues, we are getting visuals of Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah meeting Hamas deputy head Saleh al-Arouri and Palestinian Islamic Jihad Chief Ziyad al-Nakhalah. Now, the meeting took place in Beirut, that is in Lebanon. Now, this comes moments after Israel's PMO announced that the forces are prepared for the next move and a ground offensive is likely soon. Remember, there have been allegations of Iran funding this terror attack that happened on the 7th of October, which had, of course, now snowballed into a war situation right now. Israel's war against Hamas continues to rage on. Israel is intensifying its attack on Gaza Strip and has, of course, warned that they are ready for a ground offensive, and this can happen anytime soon. Hezbollah chief, remember, Hezbollah is the group that is backed by Iran. It's much powerful than the Hamas group, and it is also participating in this in the fight. And now we have the chief. We have Nasrallah meeting Hezbollah, Hamas, also Hamas leaders in Beirut, in Beirut in Lebanon. So that is the latest we have right now. Hezbollah leader was up until now quite silent amid the Gaza attacks. But now we see the pictures of that meeting that is happening. My colleague Gursimran joins us live from Sderot, that is near the Gaza border. A significant update that is coming in right now, Gursimran. We are getting pictures of Hezbollah's chief Nasrallah, who is holding a meeting with the Islamic Jihad Chief, the deputy leader, and of course with the Hamas commanders as well. Right now, this of course is very important for Israel to take note of, as well as it has announced that there is going to be a ground assault anytime soon. How do we really read into this?
That is Nasrallah, who happens to be the chief of Hezbollah, is now meeting the deputies of Palestinian Islamic Jihad and also the Hamas deputy leader. That clearly means that a combined strategy is being made by the Hezbollah along with the Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad. In the coming days, the threat to the Israel is going to increase. This meeting clearly shows. And the meeting that is taking place in Beirut, that clearly means with the active participation of the leadership in the Lebanon. That means it is a country also, along with the three terror groups, that has now stood against the state of Israel. It is now very clear that the Hamas, along with the Lebanon terror group Hezbollah, and also the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, that is one of the deadliest terror groups in the vicinity of Israel, along with the Lebanese government. They are now hand in glove with each other. They are now holding a series of meetings after a major setback that has been given to the side of the Hezbollah as well as the Hamas terrorists, and also some of the terrorists from the Palestinian Islamic Jihad group, PIJ. Those who were trying to infiltrate into the territory of Israel, they were killed. But this meeting holds a very important significance, as Hezbollah chief Nasrallah is meeting the deputies from the Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas. And this comes at a time when we are on to the 19th day of the war. And despite several warnings to the Lebanon side that not to give space to the Hezbollah, not to allow them to use the land of Lebanon to carry out attacks against Israel. Now this meeting holds a significance, as it seems that the Lebanese government is also in full support of the Hezbollah group. So does with the Hamas and also Palestinian Islamic Jihad. It has to be seen that how the strategies and the counter strategies are made. But Mohammad Daif, who happens to be the chief of the military wings, seems to be in hiding, as seems from this very photograph that has emerged, that the deputies of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad and the deputies of Hamas are taking part in this meeting. So the chief and the chief of the Hezbollah meeting the deputies of Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad shows that these groups are now with each other and they are planning something concrete against the state of Israel. But it has to be seen that how Israel reacts to this threat that is being mounted by its three adversaries along with the full state, that is state of Lebanon.
Right, Gursimran, of course, this is a very significant update that's coming in. But also help us understand the role of Hezbollah. It's a powerful group. It's a really heavily armed group that's based in a significant force in Lebanon. In fact, it has a politically significant role as well in Lebanon. So help us understand and help our viewers understand what interest does the Hezbollah have in this war?
See, Hezbollah is now just in a mood that they want to ensure that the loss they had faced from the Israel side in 2008, when the war was fought, it was a full-fledged war that the Hezbollah fought with the Israel side, though they were the war, if we go by the records, left inconclusive, but it was a major setback to the Hezbollah group then. And they are now trying to settle their scores with the Israel side at a time when the Israel is occupied on the one front with the Hamas group, other front with the West Bank, with the internal situation not going so good in favor of the Israel side. Now the Syria has also come up. They have also fired some launchers. However, they have been given a befitting reply by the side of when it comes to the special threats, the special forces deployment that they have done on the borders. They have made it amply clear to the the side of the Hezbollah and also the Lebanon that if their territory is being used against the state of Israel, the Lebanon has to pay. But it continues. The Hezbollah group continues to use the soil of Lebanon, and now the meeting in Beirut also speaks of the same. And Hezbollah group is one of the deadliest group and way more deadlier than the Hamas, as per some of the officials in the Israel Defense Forces, because the strength of the Hezbollah is their armed army. That is the armed terrorists they are carrying. They have around 1 lakh armored terrorists along with the sophisticated ground and air assault systems that will pose some threat to the Israel side. However, Israel has made it amply clear that they are ready for the multi-front war if it is imposed on them. They don't want any escalation, but since the Hamas imposed the war on them, they will be the one who will be finishing it. And same lies the case with the Lebanon side, that is the Hezbollah group. They want that there needs to be no escalation with the Hezbollah group. But if Hezbollah group continues to mount trouble for the Israel side, then it will be the Israel side that will be giving a befitting reply to the Hezbollah group as well. Yes.